Peace, family. LASHEIM to God. Yo, keep low the channel. If you're not subscribed, then tap in and subscribe. But yo, check it. Today I'm gonna get right to this video on today's supreme mathematics. You feel me? Today's date is the 29th. 2 is symbolized by wisdom, so that's wisdom too. And 9 is symbolized by born. That's the numeral 9. And 2 and 9 equal 11, and 1 is knowledge. So today's supreme mathematics is wisdom born, which borns knowledge for all those who don't know, so y'all could tap in with us. You feel me? But wisdom are the wise words that are spoken by a wise person, male or female. You feel me? Wisdom is also your ways and actions which complement your thoughts. So keep your thoughts positive and your actions will coincide with your thoughts. You feel me? Wisdom is a universal cleanser because when truth is spoken, it dominates over all lies, because truth always dominates over lies. The truth is profound and the lie is falsehood. You feel me? Wisdom is also the door which is secondary to the key, because knowledge is the key to all aspects of life. That's why it is imperative for you to seek knowledge from the cradle, meaning the time that you were birthed into physical existence. Seek it from the cradle to the grave, the time you return back to the physical essence of life, which is, it's not actually death, it's just a transformation, because what people call death in North America is just a transformation. That's why people say you make a transition, because energy cannot be destroyed, and we are energy, we pure energy. So energy can't be destroyed, so you can't die. You feel me? You just go through a metamorphosis. A metamorphosis is a biological change in the structure of the physical anatomy. So don't think you die, because we only multiply. God don't die, he multiply. You feel me? Born means to bring into existence, but born is also a completion of a cipher. That's why the numeral 9 is a circle with a line leading away from it, because that cipher is done. A cipher, if you don't know what that is, a cipher is a 360-degree circle of life consisting of 120 knowledge, 120 wisdom, and 120 understanding. 120 times 3 equals 360. Born is to bring into existence, because when you born into physical existence, that means you're birthed into physical existence. But when you have thoughts, ideologies, and concepts inside your mental capacity, you bring those into physical existence. For example, I thought of the company Keep Low. I thought of my logo, the manhole cover, and the lines in the street, because I had a record company that was underground music. So I thought of something underground. Now, you know, the manhole cover in the street, the world famous manhole cover and the lines in the street, that is my logo for Keep Low. That manhole cover takes you underground, and it had underground music. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how you born your thoughts into existence. It's like you think of something and you draw it. You create an illustration of your thoughts, but you bring it into physical existence. So that's borning your thoughts into existence. Another thing that I'd like to touch on briefly in today's supreme mathematics, but I want to refer to it in today's supreme alphabet. All right, we know the alphabet goes from 1, which is the letter A, to 26, which is the letter Z, right? So like I told y'all, and I'll reiterate, today's supreme mathematics is wisdom born, because wisdom is 2 and born is 9. Today's the 29th, and that equals 11, and 1 is knowledge. So you have to say it twice. Knowledge, knowledge, right? So today's supreme mathematics is wisdom born, which equals knowledge, knowledge. But let me say this. When you do it in the supreme alphabet, it's not a 29th letter in the alphabet because there's only 26 letters in the alphabet, right? So you have to take the 2 and the 9 and add them up, and it equals 11. Now the 11th letter in the supreme alphabet is K, and K stands for king or kingdom, because a king is one who rules on a throne of power, and he rules wisely and justly, and he rules from his kingdom. Your kingdom will be your residence where you reside, your physical composition, because we have the 12 jewels of Islam, which are knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and happiness. Now, these 12 jewels of Islam are very essential to one's growth and development in life, because you need knowledge to grow. You need wisdom to grow. You need understanding to go. You need your freedom, because freedom is to be free mentally, to be a free thinker, to make free choices, not let nobody dictate your actions or influence your decision. And you need justice, because that's your reward or penalty for your acts and deeds. And you definitely need equality, because that's dealing with things on an equal playing basis. And pardon me for leaving out equality in the 12 Jews before, but you need equality. You need food, which is nourishment for your growth and development of your physical composition and your physical life. So you need food. You need shelter to protect you from the elements of the atmosphere. And then you need love, because love is the highest elevation of understanding. So you have to surround yourself with people who love you and who you love. That means that they understand your character and you as a person, as an individual, as a being, and you understand them with the same degree of respect. You understand? And then you need peace, because peace is a state of tranquility. Peace is the absence of all confusion, and you need that in your life. And if you have those 11 jewels, which is knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, and peace, that's going to bring you the last jewel, which is happiness. And happiness is when you overcome all devilishment and you live a peaceful existence. And that's truly living a life of a supreme being or a divine being, which is God. You feel me? And I just wanted to touch on today's supreme mathematics and the supreme alphabet, which is king or kingdom, because a king is one who rules on a throne of power. He rules wisely and justly, and he rules from his kingdom. You feel me? And all of these things it starts with a state of mind. So remember that the mind is the sole controller of all elements inside the circumference of 360 degrees, which is life. And remember, what they taught you in science, along with the periodic table of elements, they taught you in science that mind controls matter. So utilize your mind, and how you tap into your mind is right here. You have a pineal gland, which is also known as your third eye. And right here you have a pituitary gland. Those two glands help you tap into the mind. Now look, let me just give you an example, because a lot of people got a misconception about the mind. They think the mind is the brain. If a surgeon, with a neurosurgeon, which is a brain surgeon, if a neurosurgeon was to cut my head open with a scalpel and pull out my brain, back here is going to be my medulla oblongata. Right here is going to be my cerebrum, and right here is going to be my cerebellum. Those are the 3 stages of the brain, and they broken down to 4 stages each. So you got 12 stages of your brain and they held in place by your spinal cortex. But if you open my head, you'll see my pituitary gland, and you'll see my pineal gland and my pituitary gland. You'll see those, but you won't see my mind, because your mind is your soul. Your mind is the sole controller of all elements inside the circumference in 360 degrees, which is life. And the mind is God, because the mind is pure energy. And remember, the mind created matter. Matter consists of solid, liquid, and gas. So those are physical components. Never forget that the mind created matter, and you and your true existence are the mind, because the mind is Allah, the mind is God, whatever you want to call it, Brahma, Jesus, Buddha, whatever you want to call it. The mind is that, the sole controller and the creator of everything in existence. So the mind is first, and all physical things are a secondary component. And this is how the mind differentiates. The mind, which is your true self, because remember, we live in the third planet, which is Earth, which is 93 million miles away from the sun. And to operate with our modus of operations and modus dirandum is, when we motivate through this earth, we need our avatar, which is our physical composition, which just is a shell that holds your mind and the soul. You see what I'm saying? And your spirit. And all of that leaves when your mind, your spirit, and your soul leave your physical composition. The physical composition is going to drop. And it's just going to drop. Like if you're laying on a bed, it's just going to be there. Your grandkids are going to come and you're going to be gone. Because the mind, spirit, and the soul left the body. Remember, the body is a secondary component, so it's just an avatar. And a lot of people who don't understand that a physical death, I don't like to use that terminology, but when you make the transition from physical back to mental, you're going to lose your physical composition, which is your avatar. And a lot of people who don't understand the mechanics and dynamics of how this operates, that's why they get caught in sorrow. You know, when some people lose people in their life, they just have a nervous breakdown and they never come back from that. You know why? Because people fear what they don't understand. And that's why a majority of people fear death. But if you understand this, then you understand that you don't die in a physical form. You just make a transition. Well, if you don't know me, my name is Unique LASHEIM Allah Understanding, otherwise known, aka otherwise known as, or also known as LASHEIM the God. They call me LASHEIM the God. And if you don't know me, I have a channel on YouTube where I do, it's called Keep Low. And on that channel, I do videos on street legends. I drop knowledge that help you elevate your life. And I also drop knowledge for the God, for the earth, and for the babies. So tap into the channel, Keep Low. Once again, my name is LASHEIM the God. And if you want to support the channel, salute to matter of fact, salute to all my subscribers. Salute to everybody who be sending me super chats and super thanks, because I appreciate y'all for sending me your little currency or whatever, contributing to the channel, because I be trying to give y'all, I be giving y'all some thought-provoking information. And let me just say this to you. You can learn a lot. All you gotta do is listen. Like I said, I do videos on street legends such as Alpo Martinez, Richard Porter, Dementio Benson, Wayne Perry, Sean Brantz, the Best Friend Gang, and so many more. The reason why I do videos on street legends who were dealing in drug activity, extortion, robbery, whatever, I show you their life so that you can see the errors they made in their life and you could do something different with your life. I also drop knowledge that will help you elevate your life, and I also drop knowledge for the God, for the earth, and for the babies. So tap in with the channel. And if you want to get your Keep Low production shirt, go to www.keeplowproductions. Like the page, share and like my videos, and just tap in before I come through and shake y'all up. You heard me? Now, I'm only joking, but yo, stay focused like I always tell you, and tap into the channel, Keep Low. LASHEIM the God. Peace.
Thought you was real until you changed on me.